Today I will be teaching you how to make a metal foundry. So a few things you can do with a metal foundry is cast aluminum ingots or other metal ingots that melt around the same melting point as aluminum. And you can actually make some money by selling the aluminum ingots as well. So a few disclaimers that there are is this is a basic metal foundry, so it's kind of a hobby, and it won't actually last that long because it's just basic materials and it is cheap to make. So the base we'll be using is a steel bucket, and a way to make sure it's steel is you take a magnet, and if it sticks to it, then it is steel. And it's important that it is steel so it does not melt when under the temperatures. This is a 6-gallon bucket, and this is a 2-gallon bucket. So this 2-gallon serves two purposes. It'll serve as measuring the ingredients, which is plaster of Paris and play sand. So this bucket will go inside of here, and the play sand and plaster will go around. And this will create an inner volume inside that you can use as the metal foundry. You will also need a lid, some kind of lid. You can make it out of plaster of Paris, but I already have a metal one for this. So this bucket will fit on top of here, and it will use to keep the heat in more so than just being exposed and open. You'll also need a steel pipe, and it will help if at least one side is threaded, because there is a 1.5 inch quarter PVC coupling that will go on here, and it will thread on one side, and then this 2-foot PVC pipe will go on the other side, and then it'll go and be used for our air supply to make the foundry even hotter. So this is called a graphite crucible. This will go where this inner volume was, and this will be used to put any of the scrap aluminum or, like, say pop cans, that's the easiest form. Will go inside of here, and this is where the molten aluminum will go. We will also need a power drill. You could also use maybe just anything else than cut metal, but this is a 1.5 inch diameter hole saw. It'll be used for the PVC pipe, mainly steel pipe, to go in, and then the PVC pipe, the steel pipe, will go inside. We put some water in here. And then you can mix it with whatever you want. I mean, this just makes the process speed along, but you can have like a rod or stick or whatever, and that'll be the same thing. This just speeds it on. Alright, while I get to mixing this up, there should be a little like pancake batter. So we want to pour this into the bigger stainless steel bucket. All the water and the play sand and all the plaster of Paris, you want to pour it straight into the bucket, and then you grab your smaller bucket and you set it right on top. Try to get it as center as possible. And that'll make the level of the plaster of Paris and everything rise up. Now if you keep moving up and down, it'll help level out everything. Help get the bubbles out. Continue on to making the lid part of the foundry. So how we do this is we have 10 cups actually, of plaster of Paris and play sand, and then we would have roughly 7.5 scoops of water. So that would be kind of equal parts to what we did with your bucket mixed up with all your mixture. You want to dump it straight into here. Make sure it goes all the way to the top. That can be cleaned up once it's a little harder. But these are to act as handles. You want to place them evenly apart and let it just stand there. It's time to get this inner bucket out. And that can be done just by pulling it from the outside edges and using pliers to pull it out and get it extra so it won't just poof up. And you could also put a can inside to put and melt the can. So next step we have to do is make the hole on the side here, which will allow this pipe to go in at roughly a 30-degree angle, and that will provide air to the downside of the foundry and make it burn hotter. Okay, so once the lid is hardened and you have your little handles in there, you want to use a 3-inch hole saw with a power drill, and you want to drill. This project was inspired by the King of Random on YouTube, who built this. He actually had 10 different project prototypes for this whole thing, so he did different mixtures and different tests. But something that I did differently than his design was this crucible. What he used for his crucible was a steel fire extinguisher, which he cut in half and he just used the bottom. But this I actually bought on Amazon, and this will actually last a little bit longer, and it looks a little bit nicer than a cut-off fire extinguisher would. And another source that I found while researching was something called, the website was wilkerdose.com. She actually made the same design, but she had a few safety tips, like having your nothing really exposed to all the mixture and whatnot, and having a clean area as well as flat, so it'll be easier to make the design.